And I've always thought that, okay, so if you take a landfill and it persists on the surface for long enough, it will at some point become subducted or taken down into the mantle and mixed and then deposited somewhere. And I always think about, veins of gold or veins of minerals or anything that we mine now. And I'm like, well, what if this is the melt product of some ancient civilization? And so it seems like if you find a cache of equally handed amino acids, that it could also be some kind of melted down cache of the compounds that a civilization was using. But I don't know that we've ever found
Yes.
that.
I mean, so I don't think amino acids would actually survive being subducted into the mantle and then spat out again. But your point is that your larger point is very well taken. To what extent is the detritus of a previous cycle now the resource for a new one? One of the curious kind of lines of thought that occurs is that when we've seen these big carbon perturbations in the previous record, what you tend to get is you put a lot of carbon in the system, whether it's a volcano or some tectonic process or us, that causes global warming. And global warming changes the biology and actually leads to what's called anoxia. So it becomes harder to mix oxygen into the ocean. That means you get a lot of organic carbon being deposited. That organic carbon in over many years and many millions of years becomes oil and coal and the like. And then somebody comes along later on, and then it's like, oh, look at all this coal and oil. I wonder where that came from. And so you could even posit. I mean, if you're being particularly speculative, you could imagine that these things, that this could be our perturbation could be, in fact, the seed of another energy-rich civilization, 100 million years hence.